Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube page. Today we're going to tackle the growing quarterback controversy out in San Francisco between Colin Kaepernick and Alex Smith. Perhaps one of the worst kept secrets in the NFL now is that Colin Kaepernick will start the Week 12 matchup with the Saints coming up here. Dante Whitner told Dan Patrick on the Dan Patrick radio show as much yesterday. Harbaugh has been on record as saying he doesn't think there's any competitive advantage to him naming who his starting quarterback will be. But all indications turn to Kaepernick, which depends on how you look at it. We're going to get into that today, obviously, but I think it's a pretty risky decision for Harbaugh to turn to Kaepernick at this late in the season with this quality of team. But let's face it, Alex Smith is not the quarterback of the GM, is not the quarterback of Jim Harbaugh. They inherited him, all right? And you have a situation where they traded up to get Colin Kaepernick. So sometimes it's as simple as looking at something like that. Look, Kaepernick did have, in his first start versus the Bears last week, he had an excellent game. There's no denying that. I just think it'd be better to focus on the fact that Alex Smith has a 70% completion percentage. He's been in the league. I believe this is his 8th season in the league. And for a team that is all set and ready to win and make a Super Bowl run, I don't think now is the time to go through the growing pains that are going to come with a second-year quarterback. And to expect Kaepernick to come in and be all systems go and never have those 2 or 3 rookie games where he blows the game for his team, I think is unrealistic. And I think that Harbaugh's making a mistake going to Kaepernick. If it is long term, I think would have been a good situation for the 49ers was to start Smith, and then if Smith falters in any way, well, now you have Kaepernick as a proven backup. Fans won't mind it much if he comes in for a struggling Alex Smith. I think now what you've created is a possible situation where you start the young kid, he doesn't produce, and now you have to pull him and put in the veteran. I guess what I'm trying to say is I guess a veteran, especially a guy like Alex Smith that has experienced ups and downs in his career, he's better suited to handle being pulled. I don't see a young not just Colin Kaepernick, but any young quarterback having the ability to deal with getting pulled. And what if you need to go to him then again later in the season? I just think no matter what way you look at it, starting the veteran, starting the guy who, look, he hasn't set the world on fire, Alex Smith, but he's been a serviceable quarterback for this team as they've had tremendous success the last 2 seasons. Smith, some stats on Smith: he's 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And he's been a major cog in the last 2 years for the 49ers as they've dominated the NFC West. But hey, I understand falling in love with a young quarterback. It's the guy you drafted. I just don't agree with this move right now. I guess if I was Harbaugh, I'd wait till the season was over. During the season, implement Kaepernick as needed. And then in the offseason, make it an all-out quarterback battle going into, the 2013-14 season. But we'll see how things play out. The 49ers have a big game this week against the Saints, which we'll preview later. And it looks as though Colin Kaepernick will be the starter